Yeah.
Are you POGAuto?
How you know?
I just know. I watch your channel all the time. I knew it was you.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, this has to be.
I'm just ranting about my Tesla repair.
Oh, yes. Because you want to call it this, right? You want to see.
Yeah, I sold it.
Yeah, you sold it.
So it is January 16, 2022. And here I am where our Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus is getting fixed. It used to be parked right here where this truck is for over a month while waiting for parts and also so many other things which I will cover in this video. But just a heads up, it has been the biggest headache we have ever had when it came to repairing a vehicle. Multiple Teslas over there you can see, and our Tesla and probably more Teslas are inside, currently probably getting fixed. Well, not today because I think they're closed Saturday and Sunday. I'll try to cover everything that we are facing from beginning until today. So it was November 27th, 2021. I believe overnight we probably had some rain, and in the morning when my sister took the car for a drive to Model 3, it was pretty much pure ice. And I mean, like, it looks like the road it is right now, but instead it was ice. It looked like water, but it was ice. And she didn't expect that it's ice, and whenever she was making her first left turn, that's when the car did not stop or slow down whatsoever, and she slid straight to the curb sideways, hitting the front wheel as well as the rear wheel to the curb. In my opinion, she was roughly around 30 kilometers an hour. That zone was a 40-kilometer-hour zone, and when you go there going 30, you try to slow down to around 20 to make the turn. So she couldn't turn at all, pretty much. That's how it all went down. Once I heard about it, I went and got into this car to go and help her out because it was so icy that I didn't even want to risk walking there. It was pretty much down the street where it happened, and the reason she probably didn't expect it is because she literally got inside of the garage, sat in the Model 3 and just drive off thinking it's just water on the ground. That's something I would have done as well, because it literally looked like water. And here's kind of what happened when I actually even felt that there's ice there. And when I made my first turn, I probably touched the accelerator a little bit more than I should have probably, and I instantly spun out. It was really icy, and that's... My sister went home with my mom because she was really scared and sad as well, obviously. I mean, the car was just past the 1 month old, and we waited months for the car, and you know, now it's all destroyed pretty much and it's hardly drivable. So I got in the car, made turns, not a three-way turn, much more than a three-way turn, just so that I don't end up causing more damage. So I went straight to the house with the hazards on, and then I reversed to the driveway, and it was so icy that the tire was actually pretty much skidding whenever the steering wheel was turned a bit to the right. Parked it in the garage, made the insurance claim, typed on what happened, and then I got the email: the car is covered, but it's an at-fault claim because it is our fault that there was ice on the ground. She's definitely a good driver, and if there was no ice, it would have never happened. Now, when I made the claim, I chose the body shop that we pretty much usually take our cars to when we have like hail damage or somebody hits us, things like that. I booked POGAuto with my insurance company. That's the company they work with. But I believe I didn't get any phone call from POGAuto. So what I did is I drove to Tesla, let them know what happened to see if like Tesla can fix it, because it was mainly like a mechanical kind of damage. It wasn't body damage. Nothing was really damaged with bumpers or panels or anything. It was mainly mechanical damage. And Tesla said that I should never take it to POGAuto. They don't know what they're going to be doing. I should take it to a Tesla approved body shop, because that's the only body shop that can actually order parts from Tesla and replace the parts with OEM parts. So I contacted my insurance company, let them know about it, and they said, okay, which body shop? So I told the insurance company the body shop, in this case it was the Contemporary Coach Works. There was like 2 in the city with this company, and then 1 more other company, but no POGAuto obviously under Tesla's website. And that's pretty much what I was also getting when I went through the Tesla app service and then into like scheduling a collision repair. It pretty much told me I need to pick from those shops. Insurance company was all cool about it. They end up switching it from POGAuto to that. And then I asked about like a rental vehicle. I asked them how the towing and all that will work. So my insurance company sends all of my details to the enterprise rental, so I can just go and grab a rental. pretty cool for that. Insurance company, I think, contacted the body shop, and then the body shop contacted me to arrange a tow. The tow truck comes, a very good guy, by the way. Like, he was really cool about it. He's like, wow, you even had one of the best winter tires. And then I show him the video of how it happens. Like, yeah, that is really a lot of ice. I actually had a good experience. I was the one who pretty much put it up on the flatbed, and then even like reversed it out into the body shop, which was pretty cool in my opinion, like getting to do that. Not that I was really looking forward to it, but if it already happened, might as well I guess experience that as well. Overall, the body shop in this case, the first day, it was so good that I was like, do you guys even fix Mercedes vehicles? Because I was like, this is probably really good customer service. I'm really happy with it. And to date, they're nice the way they answer their phone calls, but soon you'll know why I'm probably not going to give them any 5-star rating on Google. Right down the street there was Enterprise Rentals. I was like, wow, what a good way to grab the rental, because I can literally bring the rental, return it to Enterprise, and then walk to pick up the Model 3 whenever it's all done. And at first, we were looking at hopefully getting the car back before Christmas. So I go to Enterprise Rental, they look through my account, I guess. They search my name and stuff, and they had my insurance details, all that stuff. And then they said, your insurance puts you in a full-size sedan, and then you'll get like a Camry. And I was like, that is not a comparable car, because my insurance says I can get a comparable car. And in this case, they're like, okay, we'll put you in a BMW 3 Series. Because they asked me what kind of vehicle I drive. I think it was a 2021 BMW 330i X-Drive, which was really nice because, you know, we get snow here. The rentals don't have winter tires. And yeah, I was pretty happy with it. The insurance calls me my claims adjuster, whoever is taking care of the file here.
We did get the approved estimate. It is a total of $1,958.35. So with the repairs and everything, the rental will be authorized until December 6th, which is Monday. It should be completed by then, provided there's no delays, okay? If there is any sort of delay...
the car will be ready on December 6th?
Yeah, it's only going to take 2 days to repair, provided there's no delays. So if there is any delays with parts, then the body shop is going to have to send us proof of those delays so that we can extend rental. We are okay to extend it, but we just need proof from them.
I was so happy, you know, but she also made sure to let me know that it doesn't matter what happened, it is still considered an at-fault claim. Even it sounded like if I close the claim, pay out of pocket the $1,900, which I offered at first, it would still increase my premiums regardless, because the accident has been reported. It didn't matter, I guess, if the insurance paid for it or not. And I asked her, I'm like, can the bill go up? Like, can it be more than $1,900? Let's say they could say like something else is needed, things like that. And they were nice enough to say that, yeah, it is possible. So I have this email from Tesla, because anytime you take your car, I guess, to a body shop, they use the VIN to order parts, and that way Tesla keeps me up to date about the parts itself. I get tracking numbers, shipping dates, what the body shop ordered, things like that. So on December 2nd, 2021, the body shop ordered the BMW. Actually, it had a TPMS light on, and I pumped the tires. A couple days later, the light came back on. I pumped it again. About 3 days later, it went on again, I believe. And that's when I knew something's off. And I put air in it, and I looked. I went forward and backwards a little, and I noticed that there's a nail in the tire, and it was around the middle part of it. So the day after, I contacted Enterprise letting them know about it. They said, okay, you can just bring it back, but the thing is we don't have an equivalent vehicle for you to take. In this case, I was like, okay, is it possible if I can go get it repaired, since like it's in the middle or something like that? And they just said, yeah, you can take it to any Call Tire, and then they'll go ahead and fix this for you for free, because they'll just build them directly or something like that. Well, guess what? I literally use half of my day for this rental vehicle the day after. So I took it into Call Tire. They end up putting it in. It took about 2 hours. And then they come back and tell me that they can't fix the tire because it's in the sidewall, like the nail. And I was like, no, the nail is in the middle. It is fixable. And then they're like, no, it's in the sidewall. And I'm like, was there more than one nail? Because I've never seen a nail on the sidewall. I contacted one of my buddies who is pretty good with tires, and he ends up telling me, Arsen, is the tire a run flat? And I was like, it probably is. He's like, well, see, run flats, you can't fix them. You have to replace them. So the tire shop is telling me the nail is in the sidewall and that's why they can fix it, but in reality it's a run flat tire and they can't fix it. But here's where it all went down. They are telling me the car is not safe to drive back to the enterprise rental so I can swap it out. And now I'm left at Call Tire without a vehicle. They literally pretty much tried to make the BMW undrivable. So what they did is, apparently, I think they took out the nail, made the hole, and then realized it's a run flat, and as soon as they put air in it, the tire pretty much easily loses the pressure. They end up telling me it's not safe to drive, it's at my own risk, and I was like, well, it's a run flat tire, I can still make it there safely as long as I don't go above 80 kilometers an hour. So they pumped it up for me, and then I went to the closest enterprise, and then they pumped it up again because they didn't have any car to switch it out for me. I'm on my way driving back to where I took the car from, and they tell me that the car I'm driving is not safe to drive. I neglected Call Tire's information. I took it, and all the wheel damage, anything that happens, will be at my own cost. And I tell them I'm driving pretty slowly. The car has a run flat tire, and there will be no damage done to the wheel. And in this case, I got there, and there's no any damage. So Call Tire emails them telling them that their client is putting their vehicle at risk. I went to Enterprise Rental, gave them the BMW, and then they gave me a Mazda in return. And then later on, I was supposed to get the BMW back, possibly once the tire was fixed. I took the Mazda 6 back. I wasn't a big fan with the front wheel drive because it was keep slipping with all the snow and everything with full season tires. A couple days after that, I went back. They had the BMW already, but they were closed. So next morning, as soon as they opened, I called them about it, and they said it already has been reserved. I found the Audi Q5 that same day, and I was like, okay, I'll come take it. They tried to create me a file, and then they told me that my insurance is only covering $36-ish per day. And then I was like, what are you talking about? They're like, that's what they're gonna pay, and then you're gonna pay the difference. And I was like, well, I took a BMW, which was like $57 a day. And they're like, yes, I'm not sure, but you're probably liable for the difference because your insurance only pays $37 for it. And it's not equal class of car, it's the size of car. Well, I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll pay the difference. Well, now they're telling me my insurance is not even approving the $37 daily rental. So let's just say I contact my insurance company and they're asking for invoices to prove that the parts are still not here, things like that. And they're not authorizing any rental. Then finally I send them this tracking information from Tesla, and they say they authorized. Well, let's just say I go to Enterprise, they say it's not authorized. They're like, give them one more call. I call them, they're like, we sent it, it can take 24 hours. I believe I drove the Audi Q5 for about a week. I took it back to them, and it's still not authorized. So Enterprise was kind enough to email them, things like that. And then about a week after that, they charged my credit card for the difference after calling me, of course. So thankfully the insurance covered. December 16th, I had an email again from Tesla about like more parts being ordered or like placed in something. It didn't show me what it is at all. It wasn't like the first one that I got on December 2nd. So I knew something's off on December 16th. I actually went and I saw the Model 3 on the jacks, and I was like, finally they're actually fixing it because the parts actually arrived. Let's just say they weren't even fixing the car. I think that's when they start inspecting the car to see what's wrong with it. 2 or 3 days after that, I go back to them and they tell me that there's a supplement of additional $5,000 that we have to wait for more parts, in this case over 11 parts extra that needs to come. And one of the most expensive one was actually the steering gear assembly. That was the most expensive part, and apparently that was damaged as well, which somehow they didn't know. So now we're looking over $7,000 in damages. So here's where I was already starting not to be happy with the body shop. I'm the owner of the vehicle. I was never informed about them needing more parts. They never kept up to date with me at all about what was happening with my vehicle. Were they looking at it? Were they fixing it? Were there was more parts? I was the one always actually going there, figuring things out, finding things out. They were never keeping me up to date when it came to about the supplement. They said my insurance, they're waiting for them to approve the supplement, and then they can't order parts until that was done. So I'm like, how long are we gonna wait until the insurance approves it? And I'm like, can you order it at least? And then they approve it. They're like, then you'll be liable for the additional $5,000 or something like that if the insurance chooses not to pay. And I was like, how likely is that? And they're like, it's not that likely for it to happen. So I was like, okay, I'll contact my insurance. I contact my insurance, and then I let them know about it on December 22nd, ordering all the parts. So I guess that's when the supplement ended up getting approved. They ordered the parts. Perfect. The parts were supposed to come on the latest, it looks like it was supposed to be here on January 7th, and that was the steering gear assembly. Today is obviously January 16th. So I had my mom actually go there with my sister, and they learned that one of the wheels is pretty much, I guess, lost. The first wheel that they ordered on December 2nd has never arrived. It was lost. And then now they're like trying to figure out where it is, and Tesla isn't sending them like new wheel or anything like that. At first I'm thinking this is all about Tesla. Tesla is at fault here. And they're like, maybe you can go to Tesla and then see like at the Calgary location what they say. And I'm like, okay, they're pretty kind. They're very helpful with me. So yeah, I was like, I'll go over there. I go to Tesla, talk to one of the service people there, and they're like, I'm so sorry that they had to send you here. Like, we cannot help you at all. It's a completely different department when it comes to collision. They should have never sent you here because we can't do anything. It's their job to do this. And then even underneath the Tesla thing that they send me, it says, we will continue to provide you updates with any changes in status. If you have any questions, please contact your body shop. And then it says the name of the body shop. So even Tesla themselves is telling me the body shop is the way that they can actually get in touch. Now, when I was getting the BMW tire fixed, well, kind of fixed, I told them to search up and see where I can find the proper tire so I can call the body shop and then they can go and secure it. Well, great. The body shop secures it and ends up getting it, I guess. And I asked them like later on, I'm like, did you guys get the tire? I think it was a week after. And they're like, yes, we have it. Okay, so I took the Audi on December 13th, and that's when my insurance wasn't authorizing anything and they needed proof. And I sent them the tracking information from Tesla that I get, because that's the best I could do. Let's just say the body shop ends up emailing my insurance company the invoices on December 23rd. That's how long it took them to actually send my insurance company invoices. And I had to return the Audi as well because I'm like, I'm liable 100% for all of the cost on the rental. What if the insurance looks at this and says that they can't pay because they don't justify the reason? I go back to the body shop. Probably it was only once they contacted me telling me that they're waiting for one part and then they'll start working on it or something. I'm not sure. I'm the one losing on this battle because I have to drive my parents' vehicles because I cannot afford to go pay my car payment and then go take a rental for an unknown amount of time and then see if my insurance will cover or not, because the body shop is not sending them to invoices. And I asked them twice. Once it was 3 days ago, and then probably 5 days ago again, they still didn't send them anything. When they did the supplement, they find out that they need one more wheel, which was the rear one. That one actually arrived fairly quickly, and so the front one that they ordered at first on December 2nd was completely lost until this year. The problem is, it seemed like the body shop was not keeping up to date with it. Like, I had to call them and then they will see what's going on. They are pretty nice. Like, the way they talk to me, it's nice. It seems like they try to provide me the information, but it doesn't seem like that they're pushing, you know? It doesn't seem like that they're trying to figure out when the part will be here. They're not keeping me up to date with the information. I'm not sure if it's a bit darker now. The rocker lower cover, that one, guys, it actually was damaged. They sent it back and then we had to wait again for a new one. But see, they were not aware that it was broken at first and why it was missing, so they gave me the false hope that the package was delivered, but it was lost. So I felt like they don't know what's actually happening in their own shop. The BMW that I have taken, they actually wanted to pay only the $37-ish. That's what they only were gonna pay. They weren't gonna pay the difference. I was gonna be liable for the difference because I requested the BMW, and I had a very long conversation back and forth with my insurance company. I was only aware with the Audi, so I told my insurance I'm not gonna pay the difference, and then they're like, you still have to pay it. What does it mean when they say you can't get that? And I was like, well, what it means to me is when I looked at Enterprise rental website before I went to take a rental the first time, as soon as I put that I was below 25, it would not give me a luxury car. But that's what I thought personally when it came to the fact when they said your insurance puts you through a full-size sedan, and then they were giving me a Camry, and I was like, I drive a different vehicle that's not comparable to the car I drive, and even the BMW is not comparable because it's not an electric car. Anyway, I wanted something safe, all-wheel drive. And I know my Model 3 is not all-wheel drive, but at least it has winter tires, and we get really crazy snow around here. I had an email from the insurance company saying we will cover the BMW additional charges as mentioned. Also, due to supplement, the rental has been extended to December 20th. Awaiting final invoices, extend any further. So on January 10th, my insurance contacts me because I asked for another rental. They said they called the body shop and they think it should be by end of this week, as the part is expected then. Please be advised, you do have policy max of rental $1,500, so confirm how many days you have left based off what you have already used. Also, we will need invoices from the body shop to cover this portion of the rental, so just keep in mind we cannot authorize until we are provided that once part comes in. So at this point, it's at your own cost until they send all documentations. So how could I risk for an unknown amount of time to go and take a rental, and then my insurance can just say we don't cover it, possibly? Because right now, until the body shop sends them invoices, they don't authorize me anything. The amount you have left is $713.30. Again, we cannot confirm or authorize this rental until the body shop provides invoices upon the parts arrival. I then told them, thanks for the info. I contact the body shop, asked them, pleased them to send them invoices. They still haven't done that. It was 2 days ago. I contacted them again, and they said that Monday, which is tomorrow, they're gonna take the car in for like paint work. I was like, what paint work? To my knowledge, I looked everywhere on the car before I took it to them. There was no single damage where it would require a paint. Then they said, okay, let me check the notes. They look at the notes and then they're like, okay, yeah, sorry, it's a mechanical kind of stuff that they have to look at, not paint work. There's no paint work. And I was like, okay, great. Right after, they end up telling me that the tire that they ordered and picked up was the wrong tire. The Nokian tire that I told them, please take it before it sells out. There's one available here. They end up taking the all-weather tire and not the winter tire. And then they said we ordered the right tire, and we've been told it could take up to a month. So not sure if it will take that long, they said. And I was like, it's possible, because we have had experience where it could take a month to actually be here. I also offered the body shop that I could bring one of the all-season tires. They could mount that, so at least we can have the car back and drive it with one all-season tire, and then 3 winters, I guess, for the meantime, until that tire gets here. And then they were cool about it, but it seemed like they would create another supplement. It seemed like, I'm not 100% sure on this, but yeah, they would charge again for such as taking the all-season tire off and then putting the winter on. And I just don't know how it's my fault or my insurance fault for their mistake of ordering the wrong part, and how is it my fault that I have to wait another up to a month to get my car back because of their mistake. It is just unacceptable, to be honest. We have never had situations like this. I took the matter to my own hands yesterday, and I found myself the proper R3 tire, and I bought it myself. And I sent the insurance company an email telling them about the situation, what's happening, and then that I bought it at my own cost at the moment. I do apologize that the video is becoming a bit dark. Yeah.
Are you POGAuto?
How you know?
I just know. I watch your channel all the time. I knew it was you.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, this has to be.
I'm just ranting about my Tesla repair.
Oh, yes. Because you want to call it this, right? You want to see.
Yeah, I sold it.
Yeah, you sold it.
It's nice that you found.
I watch you all the time. Like at least twice a week, I watch some of your videos.
That's nice.
Yeah. All right. Good to see you.
Yeah. Well, I guess you'll be in the video a little. It's nice to actually meet people that are in the same city that I live in. So that's pretty cool. Once I got the email from the insurance about the car possibly being done by the end of the week, I contacted the body shop. They said they have started working on the car and it is almost done. And I asked them what was done to the car and what's left to be done on the car. And they said they'll call me back. They didn't call me back at all. So I drove to the body shop, and I looked in the parking lot where the Model 3 was the entire time in the -30, -40 cold. Never plugged in, by the way, just so to mention that. In a month and a half, they have never plugged the car in. And the battery was around 90% when they took it, and now it's at 25% in service mode. So yeah, they never even plugged the car in at all during those extreme cold days. They didn't work on the car at all, it seemed like. When I went there, the car was still packed with snow on it. The wheels were the way it was. It seemed like it wasn't even moved. Another thing we were facing, for about a month, the car was always unlocked. They never locked the doors for some reason. And I told them multiple times to lock it. And I think it was this year that they actually finally locked the doors on the car. It seemed like the doors were always unlocked since the mirrors were always open. And plus the Tesla app, when I go over to the widget right here, you can see on the widget, it is showing it's unlocked, but it's okay right now because it's actually inside, as you could tell. It's completely fine, but it was outside and it was showing that it was open. If I go through this, it shows the location of it but it doesn't show me that. So you have to have the widget to actually know if the car is unlocked or not. They pretty much kind of lied to me, in my opinion. So I called them the next day and then told them about it. The person who talked to me was apparently sick. Hopefully they feel better now. They said they wouldn't have lied to me about it, and they just not sure. And then I told them, can you please send my insurance company the invoices so they can actually authorize me a rental, because I cannot take a rental. And to date, they still haven't. I still don't have anything from my insurance company so I can go take a rental. But you can see where all the frustration is here, you guys. It is just unacceptable the way it's been handled from day one. I wish I actually took it to POGAuto. I have never had issues like this, and then let my insurance company figure out how to get the parts, because in this case, my insurance even told me once, they're like, I just don't see how a car company will not sell out of like another body shop parts. That's one thing my insurance told me. They just can't see a body shop not being able to buy parts from a manufacturer. Yeah, next time if this ever happens, knock on wood, I hope it never does, but if it does, I'm gonna do my best to stick and let the insurance handle all this, because it seems like all the pressure is on me for this whole situation, because I chose the body shop. But I chose the body shop because Tesla told me that this is the only place that know how to fix Teslas, and they've been trained and can buy OEM parts from Tesla. So yeah, I just wanted to have my car back in the same way, because it was only like 1 month old. You can see how many times a mistake has been made, them not following up. It is just a lot of annoying things that I had to go through, you guys. So yeah, I have thankfully bought the R3 tire, so I can take that to them probably Monday. And it took me about 5 minutes of asking one of the call tires to search up where in the city there is one, and they did, thanks to them. And then I went and purchased it myself. So let my insurance know about all this and see what will happen. But hopefully we will get the Model 3 back next week. It's been tough. It's been really, really tough.